Heyo, and what is up, gang? Thank you for checking out Sledgehammer TV tonight. It was the first episode of Smackdown from the all-new Thunderdome in Tropicana Field. And I can tell you firsthand that it's the same exact Smackdown that we just been watching from the old Thunderdome in the Amway Center. There is nothing new about it, there is nothing good about it, and it has just become the same thing every single week, as if the show is just resting on their laurels and coasting with what they got, because what they got is the same thing over and over, week after week. No matter how good it is, you're going to get tired of it when you don't break the formula. We are going to talk about all of that and so much more right here and right now. My name is Nick Nightmare. You are watching the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show's Smackdown review and reaction show, only on Sledgehammer TV. Let's do it.
The Sledgehammer Wrestling Show.
This show is a certified 2-hour-long poop hammer worthy episode. Thank you guys so much for joining me here again tonight. We had to take the week off last week. We had to step away because this shit has just become too much. It's just too much. I understand Roman Reigns is doing some of the greatest stuff that he has ever done in his career in the WWE. He's probably the best heel on the roster right now. But when you keep showing me the same segment with him week in and week out, just changing the opponent he's going to be going up against, it's the same story week after week. And in this case, it's Kevin Owens. And one week to the next, we see Kevin Owens says some shit. Jey Uso steps over the line, gets pissed off, does something that he probably shouldn't be doing, or jumping in the way of Roman Reigns, or saying something that pisses off his cousin, in which he has to deal with some sort of ramifications. And then Roman Reigns says some great promo where he does some really good work. And then we see Roman Reigns get the better of his opponent. And now Kevin Owens looks like he's fighting off the defense when he thought he had the offense, because he took it to Jey Uso tonight after Jey Uso decided to sneak attack him during a great Kevin Owens promo. All this stuff was really good, but I've seen it before. We seen it last week. We seen it 2 weeks ago. We seen it at the very beginning of the Kevin Owens-Roman Reigns feud. That's the formula. That's the formula. Roman Reigns pisses off Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens pisses off Roman Reigns. Jey Uso gets involved. Roman may or may not like it. And then Roman gets the upper hand at the end every single week. So, while it was the most entertaining part of tonight's show, I'm already starting to wear thin with the way they are presenting Roman Reigns. You gotta change it up. You gotta change it up. It can't be the same beat for beat story every single week. And it only hurts even more that it's being done to Kevin Owens, who has proven himself to be almost as good, just as good as Roman Reigns on many, many levels, only to be thrown away. He's in a throwaway feud with Roman Reigns. He's going to lose to him at TLC because nobody's beating Roman for the championship right now. And it's just uninteresting a little bit. Just a little bit. Because you already know the outcome. You know Kevin Owens isn't going to win. What we don't know is what's going to happen with the family drama. And that's what everybody's tuning in to see, really. Roman Reigns has kind of created a monster in Jey Uso, and he keeps spouting off, and he's just psycho Uso. And then Roman Reigns has to rein him back down, and he gives him consequences and things like that week after week after week. Jey Uso's consequences this week, getting his ass beat by Kevin Owens. But Kevin Owens got his ass beat by Roman Reigns. So again, round and round the same circle we go. Just like we could say with the tag team division, The tag team division, the champions, the Street Profits, who are talking about dropping red Solo cups from the ring even though they're using blue Solo cups now. Maybe they forgot that they're on SmackDown. It's just the same exact thing they're doing on Monday Night Raw. It's the same thing they're doing with the New Day and the Hurt Business they are doing with the Street Profits, only with a way less valuable opponent in a tag team of Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. So we're going to get the same exact story where Roode and Ziggler beat the champs, right? Just like the Hurt Business beat the champs. And now we are going to have singles matches where Dolph Ziggler tonight beat Montez Ford. So next week on the Go Home Show, we are going to see Dawkins taking on Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode probably will get the win, or maybe Dawkins will get the win, and then they'll do the same thing they did on Raw with the other teams and have them have a 50-50 one-on-one with the two of them that night. Dawkins will beat Roode, and then Roode will beat Dawkins all in one night, leading to the pay-per-view where nobody gives a shit. They keep wanting to talk about the similarities between Dolph Ziggler and Shawn Michaels, thanks to the Street Profits talking some shit about this, and there is nothing further from the truth. Dolph Ziggler wishes he was a microcosm of what Shawn Michaels was in his prime. Shawn Michaels did not get relegated to the jobber position on the roster ever. Ever. I don't understand the comparison. Why? Just because they both do super kicks and have blonde hair, we have to call Dolph Ziggler Shawn Michaels? Is everybody calling Kenny Omega Shawn Michaels? Do they call the Young Bucks Shawn Michaels because all they do is super kicks 100,000 times in every single match? No. It's just annoying. And that's not what this should be about. This shouldn't be about, oh, well, you said, you said I look like Shawn Michaels. And that's why you're fighting. You don't care that much about the championship. You care more about defending your honor and not being called Shawn Michaels. I think you're more upset, Dolph Ziggler, because deep down in your heart, you know that comparison is laughable. Laughable. And I'm tired of hearing it. And tonight, Ziggler and Roode, they had a match. I'm sorry, Ziggler and Ford, they had a match. Bobby Roode got involved in the end with the distraction win for Dolph Ziggler. So the champs losing again. That's my favorite thing when we see our champions lose. And all I have to say is...
Thanks, Vince.
Indeed. Thanks, Vince. You freaking idiot. You have no idea how to book professional wrestling. I don't care if it's you. I don't care if it's Bruce. I don't care if it's the new guy, Adam Pearce, who's seemingly in charge of everything now. This show opened up tonight with a woman's contract signing for the championship match for Sasha Banks and Carmella at next Sunday's TLC pay-per-view. Let me tell you something. It's one thing that they just handed Carmella this opportunity based off of her past accolades. I understand that they repackaged her and she's untouchable now and she's got this new entrance, but what she's also got is a guy next to her who's, I don't know, what are they thinking? Are they thinking, well, R-Truth and her are, separated now, but we like that, so we're going to give her this R-Truth wannabe, call him her concierge or her consigliere, or they gave it some fancy, stupid fucking name, and all it is that they should have called him was R-False. His name is R-False, because he's not R-Truth. He certainly looks like him, and he's going to be with Carmella. He's an absolute nobody. He doesn't mean anything. He doesn't push the needle for her one way or the other. He's just there. And his purpose tonight was to get his ass beat by Sasha Banks. While I appreciate the fact that they tried to do something different with a contract signing, Carmella didn't come out. to confront Sasha. There wasn't an in-ring brawl between the two competitors. Carmella stayed in the back, and they had this little back and forth on the Titantron. Carmella stole the contract from Adam Pearce's official little folder there, and she signed it, and then made R False take it out to Sasha Banks so that she could sign it. R False got his ass beat by Sasha Banks for his trouble, and they decided that they're not going to wait till TLC, and we are going to have this matchup 9 days before on a random SmackDown in order to do what? What could this possibly accomplish? All they want to do is be able to, on next week's go-home edition of SmackDown, be able to put some sort of a stipulation on this. So they had the woman main event this evening's show, leading into the pay-per-view 9 days from now, taking away from that championship matchup just to put a stipulation on it. Just to ramp up the Carmella heel factor. Just to make Sasha Banks get her ass beat to the point where she's going to come out next week and ask for either I don't think it's going to be a TLC match. We're already getting 2 of those. Maybe it's going to be a tables match. Maybe it's going to be a chairs match. Maybe it'll be a stairs match. Maybe it'll be a champagne glass on a pole match. All to add something that is unnecessary. This feud has not been going on long enough for them to truly need a gimmick match. All they need is Sasha Banks versus Carmella for the Women's Championship at a major pay-per-view. Have Sasha Banks beat her and move on to her eventual encounter with Bianca Bel-Air, who is being wasted right now. She's being wasted. She's not being put in the ring on a consistent basis and being booked as a future star. She's just there. She's just there, and they showed that tonight because Bayley wanted to come out and talk about how, despite Sasha Banks being the champion, she's still the number 1 woman on the roster in SmackDown's locker room, and that couldn't be further than the truth. Bayley hasn't won a match since August. She's going up against Bianca Belair to try to elevate Bianca Belair or push Bianca Belair, but right now Bayley's a loser, so what good is it for Bianca Belair to beat a loser? Just because she was the longest reigning champion, she was also the longest reigning champion about 3 months ago. She hasn't won a match in 2.5 months. What is beating Bayley really going to do for Bianca Belair? Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that?
Thanks, Vince.
Because you haven't booked Bayley to look like a champion anymore. You booked her like a chump. She's being pinned by any female she's in the ring with. It's just ridiculous. What is it really accomplishing for Bianca Belair? And while their little interaction tonight where Bianca wanted to establish how many different ways she is the EST of WWE right in Bayley's face after she called her dusty looking and said you ain't cute and all this other derogatory stuff to Bayley, even though she's the babyface, I think, in this scenario. I don't know whose alignment is what anymore. I don't think they even know. They think they change it week to week. But right now, very uninteresting things going on in the SmackDown women's division. Just like the tag team match they gave to us tonight. Completely random, completely useless, out of nowhere. They took Billie Kay out of the Iconics, which most of us, disliked. Some of you guys loved them. I understand. To each their own. I don't shit on you because you like Billie Kay or Peyton Royce. I don't shit on you guys for anything. All I'm saying is, my personal taste, I couldn't stand the sight of them. My ears couldn't stand the sound of them. But I would never have broken up that team without a concise, clear plan for both females going forward. And all you've done is split up this team to put these girls into other random tag teams that make way less sense, that in fact make 0 sense. You got Peyton Royce with Bam Bam Lacey Evans on Raw, and now you're putting Billie Kay with Natty Kay, they should call the tag team. Who cares? Who cares about this? I understand there is a rabid fan base for the Iconics. And if all you were going to do was leave them in the tag team division. There was no need to break them up. It doesn't matter whether they were good or not. They were an established tag team, which is something the women's tag team division doesn't have. You know who else doesn't have that? The men's tag team division, where they did the same shit. Where you break up Otis and Tucker, you destroy Heavy Machinery, a team that never even had the chance to get going, to put Otis in the Money in the Bank spotlight, to rip it away from him and give it to The Miz, which, oh, God, has been absolutely horrendous. And instead of building a new star in Otis, you pass that off to an old guy who should be home doing nothing with wrestling anymore. Having nothing to do with wrestling anymore. His moment in the sun came and passed like 6 times already. Go be on your USA shows. Go be doing all your little movies and your Marine 6, 7, 22. You don't need to be the Money in the Bank briefcase holder in 2020, Mike The Miz. It should have stayed on Otis. They should have used it in a different way. He didn't have to challenge for the WWE Championship. There's no way Otis is going to beat Roman Reigns. That's what everybody kept saying. They're not going to make him beat Roman Reigns. They're not going to make him challenge Drew McIntyre and beat Drew McIntyre. Well, where does it say that he couldn't have challenged Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship? Where does it say in the contract that the Money in the Bank contract has to be for a World Heavyweight Championship match? It just specifically is always said a guaranteed championship matchup, which effectively means, as Money in the Bank holder, couldn't he have gotten him and Tucker a championship opportunity for the tag team belts? These are the smart moves that should have been made, but instead, you took Otis, you threw him on SmackDown, you took Tucker, you put him in catering on Monday Night Raw, and now Otis has a new partner in Chad Gable, where we were all very happy that Chad Gable is Chad Gable again. He's not Shorty G anymore. He's Chad Gable. And I see the story that they're trying to tell. I see what they're doing. They're putting this tag team together. It seems like Chad Gable is going to prove to be the weak link as he costs them the match tonight. And there's going to be tension built between Otis and Chad, and they're going to have some sort of implosion, and then that'll be the feud going forward. But is that really interesting? Could they not have done that with Tucker on SmackDown like they used to do? You see the one guy in the tag team starting to get and gain the momentum? You think about splitting up the tag team? One guy goes this way, one guy goes that way. Wrestling 101. And they just did it wrong here. To put Otis in a tag team again, a stupid mistake. This is just to tell this Gable story with him, but the bottom line is, it's just more of the same old shit. Let's talk about this card from start to finish. I'm going to give you guys the winners and the losers. Oh, and the one other thing that we did forget to mention, there was a non-title Intercontinental Championship matchup that took place because Sami Zayn couldn't rip a t-shirt up in the back. Apparently, he's pissed off that he doesn't have a t-shirt. You had Kalisto and the rest of the catering all-stars in the back of SmackDown I guess, getting some extra work in at the Shop Zone merchandise stand. Sami Zayn shows up. He's all pissed off. Where's my t-shirt? I don't have a t-shirt. They give him a t-shirt with like a stick figure on it. Here you go. This is your t-shirt. I don't know what fucking t-shirt that was. I don't know where they got it, where it came from. It was fucking stupid. And then you got Big E coming in with his brand new t-shirt, which is another in a long line of terribly designed t-shirts by the merchandise squad who are just as bad as the creative team right now. All very minimalistic, textual-driven designs. Whereas Big E's might be one of their better shit designs, it's still a shit design. So Sami Zayn and Big E are going to have a match over these t-shirts. Okay, fine. So now there's this match. And it was very good. And I will forgive them only slightly because I appreciate the story that they were trying to tell, the execution of the story leaves a lot to be desired. Sami Zayn comes in, the Intercontinental Champion, after having lost for like the last 3 weeks in a row. You know he's going to have to win this match. You also know that he's playing the shit heel gimmick. He's the cheating, chicken shit heel, and the way that they thought to end this match with him winning by countout due to trickery is fine. What isn't fine is how they made Big E look like a big ass tonight. Because a man of his size doesn't go crawling underneath the ring for nobody. You know he's going to come out the other side. So what should have happened was he should have walked around to the other side. Going underneath the ring. Sami Zayn's not Hornswoggle. He's not staying there for the remainder of the show. You know he's going to come out. It made Big E look stupid with him chasing him underneath the ring, only making him look even more stupid when Sami Zayn was able to keep him underneath the ring with 1 foot. Big E, 300 plus pounds of meat, man muscle meat, couldn't get Sami Zayn's pipsqueak foot off his neck long enough to get out from underneath the bottom of the ring and beat the 10 count. Sami Zayn jumping in right before the count of 10, getting the victory by countout. That's fine, I guess, but the finish, as was with most of these matches on the show tonight, was absolute dog shit. Dog shit. Let's talk about it. Let's go up and down one match at a time. I got the official listing here. The contract signing kicked off the show. Then we had Dolph Ziggler defeating Montez Ford. Poop hammer right there. Then we had the Sami Zayn defeating Big E countout shenanigans match happening after that. Kevin Owens, with his promo, which was very good, with Roman Reigns watching in the back like a normal human being. It didn't look as awkward as it usually does. Kevin Owens gets beat up by Jey Uso, attacking him with a chair, injuring Kevin Owens' knee, something you might want to take into account as they might use that in his match with Roman. But KO fought back, slamming Jey Uso with a pop-up powerbomb through a table before the end of the night. I did enjoy Kevin Owens introducing us to his friends, the table, the ladder, and the chair. He had a whole long story about how each of these things were his friends and they were going to help him defeat Roman Reigns for the championship at TLC. I thought it was very interesting, mildly entertaining. It's just the same segment with different words week in and week out. The Riot Squad showed up tonight to defeat Natty K, the team of Billy Kay and Natalya. This match was terrible. And I'm not saying that because of any other reason than the fact that the spots were sloppy. Billy Kay was terrible. The Riot Squad actually are starting to gel. They're not too bad. And Natty is just, the Hall of Fame is calling, honey. You just got to go. You just got to go. If you're not going to put over anybody, you just got to go. You had your championship run. Take your seat in the hall and train the girls in the back. That's how you can contribute. We don't need to see Natalya in the ring anymore. She gets probably more screen time than any other female on the roster. We don't need it. Just like we didn't need to see the Chad Gable training segment with Otis. He's trying to make Otis be able to see without seeing. He has him blindfolded. He's throwing balls at him. He's smacking him with shit. It's just kind of silly. I get where it was going. Just a little bit too silly. And the whole Gable and Otis tag team thing just boils my blood to no end. This led to AC Slater showing up on SmackDown tonight, Saved by the Bell alumni from Bayside High, AC Slater, to promote the fact that his daughter is excited about tonight's main event and can't wait for Sasha Banks to win. It wasn't that special. Wasn't that worth the 5 minutes it took for him to deliver this thing? Couldn't they have given 5 more minutes to a match here or there? No, we had to see Slater, a relic from the early 90s. Just goes to show you Vince McMahon's mindset and where it's stuck. It's stuck way back then, where guys that are 50 and 60 years old were great, And that's why he thinks they're still great, and we're still seeing them now. So in their first match out, I got a little sidebar there, a little sidetrack there. Their first match out, they lose. Chad Gable and Otis, they lose thanks to Chad Gable forcing himself into this matchup, costing his team the match. Shinsuke, Nakamura, and Cesaro, the Sushi Bar, pick up a win that I guess was very much needed, because where the hell have they even been? Then we had to see King Corbin talk about his new buddies. The Forgotten Sons are forgotten no more. They are now knights, apparently. They are the Knights of the Lone Wolf. Now, there's a part of me that wants to like that name, but again, it just seems a little bit too corny, and I don't know, maybe if it's just because it's attached to King Corbin that I just don't care. I don't care about these two guys. I didn't care about them in the Forgotten Sons. I didn't care about them before they were Forgotten Sons. And I would have been much happier if they had stayed forgotten. You know, a lot of people probably don't remember, but Wesley Blake, was partners with Buddy Murphy in NXT way back in a land that time has forgotten, rather, when NXT was glorious in all of its forms. But I don't care. I don't care about these guys being his knights. He made fun of Rey Mysterio and his redheaded stepson, Murphy, and anything attached to them as well just immediately disconnects with me. At least we didn't have to see the Mysterios tonight. We didn't have to see the giant baby son in his stupid Pepto-Bismol turtleneck. We didn't have to see Aaliyah and Buddy Murphy. We didn't have to see Rey Mysterio. Well, at least not live anyway, but we had to see them in recap form. So thank God we got to see the pink turtleneck again. And the show ended with Carmella defeating the women's champion Sasha Banks by disqualification. That in and of itself is ass backwards booking. Sasha Banks, I understand, is hot-tempered. I understand she's the champ. I understand she's heated with everything that Carmella has done to her. But Sasha Banks being disqualified? Really? Because she would not stop beating up Carmella for the count of 5? Shouldn't it have been the other way around? Shouldn't Carmella have went outside, grabbed a champagne bottle, cracked Sasha Banks over the head right in the middle of the match, causing the disqualification, then going on to beat her up, spill the champagne all over her, throw ice on her, hit her with the ice bucket, do whatever you want to do, put her through a table to build the anticipation for the match. But no, we had the champion lose. The champion gets disqualified, making her look stupid, making it look like Carmella has gotten in the champion's head. Why are we trying to make Carmella look so powerful? This match, for what it was, sommelier. Sommelier was what they fucking called our false. He's the sommelier. What the hell did I even say? I don't remember. Concierge? That's the guy that runs the hotel. Oh, God. Whatever. Sommelier. Isn't a fucking sommelier a guy that drinks wine? What? Oh, my God. Anyway, whatever. This match broke down into the disqualification. The sommelier ends up locked in the Banks statement after all the chaos is said and done. Then Carmella hits Banks with the super kick and beat her up around the outside of the ring, smashing the wine bottle across her back. She didn't even hit her in the head. She took the wine bottle, smashed it on her back. Why? I don't know. Normally, you hit people in the head. It's breakaway glass. It's totally safe. Don't worry about it. In the back, she's lucky it broke. Sasha Banks' body must feel like steel. Must be hard as a rock. Oh, my God. So that was SmackDown. Carmella celebrating at the end. It's going to be next week moved to FS1 once again, and here they've already blundered for next week's SmackDown by booking the Tag Team Championship matchup. Street Profits versus Ziggler and Rude. And Bianca Belair going one-on-one with Bayley. On Fox Sports 1. Not even when it's on regular network television. 2 days before a major pay-per-view. Thanks, Vince. Ugh. I'm going to be using that clip a lot. I'm going to play it one more time because he deserves it.
Thanks, Vince.
Indeed. Indeed. Anybody, if you're wondering where I found that, if you guys don't watch The Mighty Boosh, or if you've never seen The Mighty Boosh, it's a British comedy from many years ago. Not many. I mean, maybe like a decade ago. I got to do my research. I don't know. I just know it's old, and I just found it, and it is ripe for the pickings for for little jabs at Vince McMahon. So that is the first of many little clips that you will be seeing as we move forward. If you're this far into the video with me, obviously you're a loyal Sledgehead. I want to apologize to you guys for last week. I've just been losing my passion to do this. And it's not because of you guys. It's not because we're not gaining subs. It's because wrestling just sucks. It sucks. You got the whole world jerking off all over themselves because of fucking AEW making a pact with Impact. You think that's gonna mean fucking anything? You got Sting coming into AEW. Everybody's, oh my God, Sting! Sting is 61 years old. Sting is 61 years old. You're excited to see him wrestle a 21-year-old Darby Allin? I'm no more excited for that than I'm excited about the prospect of Bill fucking Goldberg coming in for WrestleMania for Roman Reigns. It's the same thing. How do you guys mark out for AEW doing what fucking WWE does, but when WWE does it, you just want to shit all over everything? And I'm not trying to defend the WWE at all. They deserve to be shit on. Don't get me wrong. But if you're going to shit on stuff, shit equally. Shit equally. AEW is doing all the same shit that the WWE is doing, but because it has to do with the Bullet Club, and because it has nothing to do with Vince McMahon, everybody thinks it's so fucking great, and it's not. It's not. Wrestling in general right now is the worst it's ever been. They have killed NXT. I didn't even watch War Games. I didn't even care. I do not care. There is maybe now that Killer Cross is back, or Karrion Kross is back, I would be interested in seeing Cross versus the Prince for the championship. But other than that, there is nothing going on down there. Johnny Gargano running around as a North American champion now. Again, I don't care. The storylines they're putting behind it are lackluster and boring. They're starting to produce NXT like it's an episode of Smackdown. And you could feel it every week. I've lost my connection to these shows. And it's crazy for me to think that just a little bit over 1 year ago, none of this was going on. And everything felt so much simpler. Didn't it? There's just too much going on. Kenny Omega's on Impact. Everybody's freaking out. Oh, the Good Brothers are going to be able to... Who cares? What do you think that's going to do? How long do you think it could possibly last? You think they're really going to be a coalition? NWA, Ring of Honor, New Japan, and they're all going to band together to take down the man? It's not going to happen. That's what they want you to believe is going to happen, but it's not going to happen. Impact and AEW's deal will be done in 2 months. And what will it accomplish? To get some more people to watch Impact and go, hey, wow, this is okay, maybe? And then AEW is going to go away and they're going to realize how much it sucks. Oh, Impact still sucks. Without those AEW guys, Impact sucks. I don't understand. I don't understand what a lot of you guys are seeing. If you want to enlighten me, feel free to do so in the comments section below. Maybe I'm just too much of a critic. Maybe I've been doing this too long and I've gotten so cynical and my love for wrestling has diminished so much that even when it's good, I just can't enjoy it. That's a very good possibility. And if that's the case, maybe I shouldn't do reviews anymore. Maybe we should do retro reviews and talk about the good old days and find what was shitty about back then too. Because what a lot of you guys don't realize, because our memories, we really only remember the good stuff, right? So you remember the Austin moments, you remember Kurt Angle's rise, you remember DX, you remember the Monday Night Wars, and you have these great feelings about your wrestling memories, right? But what you don't remember is the countless times in that same calendar year you had to watch like the Headbangers versus the Head Shrinkers, and it was terrible. Or you had really bad gimmicks like the Giant Gonzalez coming in here and there. Or how they kind of ruined the Big Show from the first day they brought him in. These mistakes have been there the whole time. We just had stuff that was really good going on, so we didn't care when we had to watch Terry Runnels and Jacqueline and meet. Because at the end of the night, we were going to see, The Undertaker and Mankind. Or Triple H versus Austin. Or more commonly, Triple H versus The Rock. Or something of that nature. We have nothing like that now. Nothing. I don't know how some of you guys enjoy this shit. Some of these shows are getting good ratings across the board. On social media, on some of these other channels, like Wrestle Talk and their fans over there, they give these reviews and they say, oh, SmackDown was good. What are you watching, you guys? Whatever. I wish I didn't even say Wrestle Talk. I don't like plugging other people's shows. No, look, I said it again. Oh, God. They stole my whole Sledgehammer idea. One of the reasons I'm here with you is thanks to this delicious iced coffee, which is the third one I've had today, which is probably why I'm so amped and full of energy, but it's also why I'm alive enough to be able to do this review. WWE kicked my ass last week, and I didn't even want to sit here and talk to my friends about it. That's how bad wrestling has been. But I'm here for you guys tonight. And if you stuck with me through that last 6-minute rant after 30 minutes of a SmackDown rant, I love you all. Very, very much. We got the holiday season fastly approaching. We got TLC coming at us to end the year in the WWE. Hopefully, we got the vaccine coming as far as the news is reporting. So hopefully 2021 we'll see some sort of a return to normalcy and we don't have to wait too long. I hope all of you guys stay safe and healthy and are enjoying yourselves as much as you can. And we will be back here Monday night for the Monday Night Raw review as long as I don't get lulled into a coma by Vince and his squad of creative goons. If that happens, I'll see you on Friday for SmackDown. I hope it doesn't. I want to be here with you guys. But, sometimes, you fall asleep. Raw's power to destroy your brain cells is strong. Very strong. It's hard to fight. And I guess I'm rambling and talking now because I haven't talked to you guys in a week. I'm trying to get it all out there. So let me know if you made it this far in the video by leaving a comment down below. Let me know how you've been feeling now lately. If you're healthy, if you're happy, if you're looking forward to the holidays, if you're not, if you're looking forward to TLC, if you're not, I want to know all about it. Thank you all so very much. My name is Nick Nightmare. This is the team Thor the Sledgehammer, the official Sledgehammer of the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. This is tag team partner, the World Heavyweight Champion of all the microphones in all the world, Mr. Blue the Snowball. Most important member of the team, as always, each and every one of you. And now it's time to do your part. If you have not subscribed by now and you enjoyed anything we did here today for the last 38 minutes, hit that subscribe button right now. Become part of the Sledgehammer Wrestling Club family. Wrestling Club? Sledgehammer Wrestling Show family. Become part of the club. Hit that subscribe button. Hit your notification button so you always know when we drop a video. And, of course, drop a like on this thing if I made you laugh, if I made you cry, if I made you understand why SmackDown was so shitty. Hit that thumbs up for me right now. And share this video with anybody that you think may enjoy it and would want to come be part of the coolest faction of wrestling fans across the YouTube wrestling community, the Sledgeheads of Sledgehammer TV. That, my friends, is going to do it. We're out of here. We'll see you next time, right here on your new favorite wrestling show, the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show, only on Sledgehammer TV, right here on YouTube.com. Boom.